Hello there and welcome to Mexican Grand Prix. As you can see, we qualified 9th and 13th. Duhan didn't have the best qualifying. But there's a lot of penalties in play here, as you can see, so where we're starting is probably way higher than where we qualified. Let's have a quick look here.
Race day has arrived.
Where we might be starting. And did well on the setups, as you can see, 92% on both our drivers. We're starting 4th and 7th. So yeah, we definitely gained a lot of positions through you know, people being angry, I guess. So this is going to be the pace goals. Aggressive from the get-go, which allows us to get a good start. And it's going to be the same for Duhan. So let's just get that set up quick for both of our drivers, and then we'll get going. So yeah, second... wait. Is this race 20 or... Yeah, I think it's third last race? I'm actually a bit uncertain, but let's just start the Mexican Grand Prix and then we'll check after.
This is it. Here we go with the Mexican Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
See how Piastri does this first lap. Oh. That's a bad one. That's a really bad one. Minor damage to chassis, front wing is completely destroyed. Well, luckily for you, we have a secondary set of mediums, but you're going to be all the way in the back, and you bumped out one of the Red Bulls. Oh, 2 front wings left. Okay. I'll pit this lap. Piastri is basically out of the race at this point, I dare say. How hard did you hit the engine, though? Are we going to need to buy new parts? No, we're good. Yeah, race is probably going to be run with minor defects during the last couple of races, mostly just so we save a couple of million for both of our cars, and I don't think it will matter too much. But yeah, that was a spicy start to the race. Let's just leave it at that. Safety car, yeah. Not really a big surprise that we
Who's that just crashed?
We got a safety car.
Take a closer look. So let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez. And there's the hit, and it's crystal clear.
Piastri trying to be ballsy there, and well, he found out and messed up quite badly. Now with the safety car, what's basically going to happen is Piastri is just going to get dropped to the back of the field in reality, so it's not a big concern, if you will, but again, it's not great. See that he is actually keeping up with the rest of the grid. Too much damage there. So yeah, it's kind of sad that he basically bombed out Perez and was still allowed to, you know, compete. Honestly, it shouldn't be a problem having these things running during, like, have them a maximum, because you're limited on how much you can, you know, go for it, if you will. So it's perfectly okay. Duhan 5th, Piastri is making his way up, still has that penalty, couldn't serve it under safety car, I assume.
Enabled. That's a stonking lap.
Verstappen did a spin, down in 11th now. Let's harvest them. We're gonna need to. We're gonna have to do the same for Piastri here. Up in 16th though. I'll have to see if he can continue, you know, making his way up after the dreadful start there.
It's a stonking lap.
Duhan with fastest lap, very good. Piastri up in 15th. Yeah, it's going to be interesting here to see just how well he can work that car to regain his, you know, positions, if you will. Let's deploy here, catch up to the DRS train up to 10th. It's hopefully what we'll be able to. We're going to have to also save some fuel. Oh! Are we playing...
Now we see the Williams here.
Same corner, same lockup. Did he get the Ferrari too?
See the contact there. And that caused a lot of damage. And that was a bitter blow for the team.
Duan, did you
And
get...
it may have really hurt their overall chances.
Okay, at least we didn't bomb anyone out there. Let's check here. Didn't damage the pass. Basically same, exactly same as the as Piastri did. We could go softs and try and push for... I don't think it really matters too much. Gonna go mediums. Again, it's a strategic conflict. We're gonna have to use the last front wing. We might actually run out of front wings this this weekend with how things are going. Duhan is still fourth though. He did actually crash out Russell, so we crashed out two big competitors. And Duhan is gonna be way back.
Let's take a look at the replay.
I wanted to see if the Ferrari too got involved. Nah, we punted Russell forwards, it didn't spin and touch the back wheel of the Ferrari, which is actually kind of good. But at the same time, it's kind of bad. And once again, we made ourselves a safety car. Well, Duhan actually managed to serve his penalty before the safety car came out, I think. That's a bit interesting. And are they gonna catch up? Yeah, because there's gonna be at least one more lap of safety car. Good. Let's have both our cars harvest a little bit. And I'm just gonna keep harvesting until the safety car goes in, which it will this lap. We'll go back to overtake, and we'll have to try and make up those places. Now, if you consider the fact that we have bombed up two of the cars in front of us, 5 and 6 isn't completely off the table yet, especially if someone else creates a safety car. Someone else being not us. We can also push our mediums a bit further, so we have more life on the hards. So it's not great, but it's not all bad. It's the best way I can put it. See how these next couple laps goes.
It's a collision. Let's see what happens.
Is this not
now
us? I see a Williams car, I'm scared. Okay, so luckily it was the cars behind us. Bottas and Vettel, I guess. Instead of, you know, us. So that's good. Currently, there haven't really been any, you know, big pocket square at the end. Piastri still has that 5-second penalty though, which could really, you know, mess him up in the long run. See, can we get Magnussen this on this straight? Probably not.
And a new position. Just
please don't lock up. Yeah, we're gonna speed things along here. We're gonna see how we end up. Piastri up in 11th, good. 10th, very good.
DRS enabled.
DRS enabled too. Let's just use what little we have left of the DRS here. Then we will harvest this lap for both our drivers, 9th and 13th. We're doing okay. Piastri up in 8th, got Ricciardo, very nice. But again, though, we are going to have to create a pocket, if you will, so that we can actually, you know, if Piastri overtook Ocon. Let's have Piastri use the ERS here. Yep, got the other driver too. Duhan can go back to overtake. We're gonna still keep on burning some fuel. And again, this is a bit more micromanagement than I probably should put into this race, but it's been eventful so far, so I feel like it's worth it. Piastri is within range of signs. Let's go harvest.
Fastest lap.
Fastest lap for Piastri. Duhan actually fell down a spot, which is interesting.
Position gained for Alfa Romeo.
Gonna have to go balance for a little bit here for Piastri, so we don't burn off too much fuel. Can go neutral again. Alonso pitting is actually very good for us. But again, I need to push these mediums pretty far, simply because if I do not, we could potentially end up in, you know, at the back of the grid again after the pit stops, which is probably actually what's going to happen. Multiple cars crash. Could we get a cheap safety car? There we are. Do we want to pit under this safety car is the big question. Probably, honestly. How are we looking in terms of getting the hards to last to the end? It's possible. Maybe. It should be possible, but we are going to have to run standard then. So, I guess that is what we're doing. We're going to try and pit Piastri during the safety car. We'll try and allow Duhan to stay out a little bit longer as a gamble. And we'll see how these strategies end up playing out for us.
Was that a crash? Multiple cars, I think.
See who has crashed out here.
Now. Daniel Ricciardo involved here. Goodness me, that is a serious collision.
Half his car vanished. So yeah, Ocon out. That corner is apparently very dangerous. Piastri is down into 8th now. Did not do his penalty, judging by the stop time. Duhan is pushing ahead, which is basically what we want. So yeah, currently things are actually looking okay for us. With this, we're going to have Piastri in a position off the pits there where he can push. And again, we're going to push those mediums to the end here for Duhan, basically. As far as we can. Now, we can't push the hards. We're going to have to go standard at the very least for Piastri. That's going to be
Safety car in this
at the top of what he can do during, you know, the rest of this race. Gonna again also have to see what we do for Duhan. If we make those tires last a bit longer, see if that works.
We look at reducing the lift and core.
But we'll see if we can make Duhan here. Maybe do an overtake on show, Magnussen. Because Piastri is actually net first if you consider the pit stops. Which is actually kind of surprising. And he also got his penalty done, I think. We'll have to see, because if that fastest lap marker is actually hiding his penalty, I'm going to be a bit upset.
Let's close this gap.
One of these cars we overtake before we pit is actually better for us, so we're definitely going to push here. Run Piastri neutral, so he has something to use when, you know, Sainz start charging him once we get DRS. Let's just see how... Oh! They all pitted. That was silly. Why not pit in a safety car? Well, this gives Duhan now the opportunity to, you know, push and try and get enough of a gap here that he might be able to, you know, push those mediums, get a gap to before he gets on the hards. And honestly, that's just what we're gonna let him do here. Piastri is not really able to keep up,
We would have DRS.
which isn't that surprising considering we, you know, are really expecting that. So Duhan is doing 21.9s. No one. Oh, Science is challenging that, but that's Science isn't someone we are concerned about. 21.8, 21.5 from Verstappen. Could be a concern. 21.9 for Bottas. Yeah. If we again here, we are going to come out quite far back here once we pit Duhan, but it's actually going to come back down into 12ths. Probably should have pitted earlier then. Let's see if we can gain some time on like Stroll and Schumacher.
Oh,
Duhan is gaining time here, so it's not looking too bad. Now Duhan being overtaken by the others though, that's a bit of a concern.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
Hopefully, again, we're going to push Duhan here and hope that we can get out around
Sounds
10th.
like someone's locked up.
So we're going to push at least one more lap. And then pit this lap, I think. That should allow us to push the hards also towards the end, which will allow him to attempt overtakes again. See where he comes out. Comes out in 9th, ahead of
Seems to have
the...
been a lockup.
It's actually not the worst place to come out, because he's currently right behind Leclerc. So if we manage to deploy a bit of ERS here, catch up to Leclerc, and maybe just...
Check the DRS.
Yeah. Hopefully latch onto him, which would be the dream. We could potentially make something work here, but that then we're gonna have to overtake Giotto. And we are actually on Leclerc,
And a new
so
position just gained by Williams.
if we manage to use Duhan here to, you know, keep up with Leclerc towards the end, could potentially make something work.
And there's an
Piastri is
overtake
still
for
fighting with
Williams.
Sainz for first, which is good. Ah, never mind. Duhan had another accident. Still only chassis damage though, so that's good. Wheels are still okay, but he's fallen down the grid.
We've just had a spin.
We don't really have any excess ERS either to use here, so once he catches up to Alonso, gonna have to try and harvest some. Piastri is still holding on to Sainz though, so that's good for us. Still fighting Sainz. There we go. Let's have Duhan harvest a little bit. See if we maybe can do some overtakes once we have some more ERS. Did overtakes there actually, funnily enough. Sainz had to pit, okay. Pitted onto mediums. Can you keep these going for another 20 laps is the question. It's doubtful. You'll definitely be running on fumes for the last couple of laps, but it definitely looks interesting at this point. Duhan up in 4th.
I think there's been a lockup.
We can't push these tires this hard, as you can see. We're losing a bit too much. We might have to go standard now. Still, making up to 4th after the start we had,
It's a
that's
stomping lap.
still pretty good. It would be great if we could, you know, get up to Sainz, but that's going to be a challenge. 12 seconds, 14 laps. Can we make that work? Doubtful, honestly. Very doubtful. We'll have to see here. 10 laps, 9 seconds. Verstappen is catching up almost a second each lap, and we are going to run out of tyre long before that. Just the main concern. But we should be able to fight for a podium at least, and potentially more if we deploy ERS right before Verstappen catches up to us. Could also try and conserve tyres, but again, I don't think it matters too much. Gonna allow Duhan to fight Leclerc at least. Yeah, I know. 3 laps to go. Verstappen is in his mirrors, and Verstappen is just leaving him behind. That's a bit of a shame. If we had a bit more on the tires,
Red Bull
maybe.
moved up.
Yeah, even Sainz got him. So It's a shame. We had an opportunity here. I could probably have played it a bit better, but as you can see, we're losing so much time to those in front. It's not even funny. Ah. I should also play duo a little bit better there for the potential 4th place, but considering the accidents that we had, fighting for 1st, getting 3rd and 5th isn't the worst thing that could happen to us. Sainz even managed to overtake Verstappen with a 0.0 time. Isn't that a photo finish then? That's very interesting. Photo finish for Sainz and Verstappen. They both, you know, climbed the order here with penalties. But I'd say it was a good race, in all honesty. If I waited 1 or 2 more laps before I pitted Piastri, but we did it on the safety car, I believe, so could have done a lot better. Verstappen here with a 1 stop or 2. But yeah, it's all things considered, we did very well. Leclerc lost a bit of ground into Sainz. Sainz might be able to, you know, make a lunge towards the end for the constructors. Ferrari has this one in the bag, I believe. No way they can get enough points to overtake them. We did make it up to 4th now, though. We scored 25 points this race with our 3rd and 4th, so currently 4th in the constructor standings. And I assume if things are going to keep going like this for the last couple of races, that we won't lose those positions. So, being the 4th best team currently, able to fight for wins on a good day, it's really, really nice. I mean, again, we made an extra bit of money.